It is so funny that edibles got legalized in Minnesota because Republican lawmakers didn't read the bill. Like, and then they tried to roll it back. They tried to roll back the bill on the basis that they hadn't read it. Yeah. And everyone was like, have you been here before?
Yeah,
like, do you know how lawmaking works? Like, we got you.
Yeah.
Like, just... And imagine
no backsies.
being like, we didn't read this bill thoroughly. Like, before you sign it, you're supposed to clarify what it means, not after. Like, before you vote for it. Whatever. What do I know about politics? I'm a scientist. A chemist. Well, technically, I'm an electrochemist, but I don't say that when people ask about my job because it always follows up with, "What is that?"
I would also like to know what that is.
Yeah. So basically, the type of electrochemistry I do is it's analytical chemistry, which is like a subsection of chemistry, which is where you're trying to find like the components of like, we made this thing, what's in it?
Sure.
Which is an entire industry because it has to be, because instruments are multi-million dollars.
Yeah.
So that's like my subject section of electrochemistry, but I use electrochemistry to like find the components of things.
Okay.
So it's like you set up the conditions and then you run electricity through it in like a controlled setting, and you can use that to find the molecular weight of a mixture and then be like, okay, what the thing I was trying to make, what molecular weight is that? Mm-hmm. And if it matches up, you have evidence that you made what you're trying to make.
Okay. Interesting.
I can't get too much into details on stream because I have a job and I need to be a professional talking about my company and stuff.
Right.
But that's what I do as an academic that is employed professionally.
Nice.
I'm very open about the communication of sciences. I mean, that's why I got a film degree and a chemistry degree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rob, you sell paint.
Yeah.
Got that history degree.
Yeah, I sell paint and painting accessories.
Yeah. Hank Hill over here.
Yeah.
You're like the liberal version of Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Love that. Love you, Robert. I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. So one that's come up a lot is, oh, there's all this revisionist history, and it's like, no, it's not revisionist. Like, you're understanding history with different contexts.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone's trying to remove history. They're just, hey,
we're learning more about the past by studying
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There was a lot of bad that happened, and it's important to recognize that.
That's so funny when you think about that against the context of science. Mm-hmm. Like, we used to think certain things worked a certain way.
Yeah.
And we learned more about it.
Right.
I was supposed to be doing all these sections with a car, and we'd be finishing
I was
the
gonna
game
say there's a
earlier.
lot of space here.
But our car blew up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So there we got a chopper, and that's what I want.
You technically, I guess you could say, sell low-grade poison. There's a lot of chemicals that...
You shouldn't drink it.
No, you shouldn't. There's a lot of stuff I shouldn't be around that I am.
It's not FDA approved.
No.
I would say that constitutes at least in the realms of toxicology, that constitutes a poison.
It is with some contractors. They will buy certain paints that are like solvent-based stuff, and they'll talk about like, oh yeah, no, I love working with this stuff. It feels like you've had like 5 beers after an hour around it. It's like, that's not what it's for. I wouldn't recommend that.
Roll the max. One thing I really miss about fighting elites is they always say, roll the max, or we're
Uncovering this relic, we pay homage to their glory.
And so he's saying the gods are not against this because the gods will approve of what we find, reaffirming their glory.
Right.
Which is about drilling for oil and how certain religious warfare played a role in us
Invading the Middle East.
pursuing oil. And there's the skull.
Nice.
It feels so good to have, like, done that in the 8th grade when I was trying to get the Hayabusa armor, which you get for getting all the skulls. And, remember that. We've already got it, so we're not gonna... I think that was, like, the 4th death.
Commander, this is only Recon 111.
The scale of that.
Say again,
It's just
Recon?
great.
I'm breaking up.
Something in the crater, ma'am. Something beneath the storm.
Something I like about Bungie is that they would always, with their new installments, they were always very conscious of, like, how can we improve the scale of our game? And they still do that with Destiny and pushing the physics engine with each, like, release. Oh, Ace, I did do the Vidmaster challenge. I did. I have the achievements on my account. I can pull up later in the stream. But something that's really was irksome to me as someone that earned Recon, because if you did all the 7 really difficult Vidmasters achievements, you'd unlock the Recon armor. Something that was really irksome for me was that in order to activate it on your profile, you had to go on the Bungie website and activate it.
Okay.
And when they moved to 343, like managing the servers of Halo 3, they didn't move that functionality over. So their solution was to give everyone Recon. Which, like, I get. But you should have just made it something that people could only earn when it's possible to earn, because then it made me more badass. And that it's all about me and not the general player base, because I'm a Halo fan. And, I love Halo, but God, interacting with Halo fans on Twitter is the worst. I'm not even sorry. But that's fine, because I'm sure I wasn't fun to talk to on the internet when I was 13.
Yeah.
God, I miss those Saturdays just chilling after chowing on pancakes, trying to hunt down the skulls. Yeah, you were there, TJ. I recognize your IGN. Well, not your in-game name, because it's your YouTube name. I recognize you there. Whew, welcome, TJ. Ace, I bet we could get the Vidmaster achievements. Honestly, back in the day, because you can get them in, their functionality is supported in the Master Chief Collection. It's just not the way to get Recon anymore. One of the unintended difficulties of the Vidmaster achievements was that they were on Legendary with 4 players and skulls on, which with 4-player latency for like different NAT types on the Xbox 360 was horrible sometimes. Like, you get one person in your lobby that just lagged the entire lobby, and you'd have to be like, sorry, we gotta kick you. And also, there was no cooperative checkpoints. There was no cooperative checkpoint functionality for online play, or even for local play. So if someone had to leave, or if someone's internet caused everyone to disconnect, that was just the end of like a multi-hour run.
Jeez.
My friend Robert Sherman, who's in the chat, we got one of the really hard Vidmaster challenges together, and it was just like all night. There was one person in our lobby who's like, my dad really wants me to turn off so we can watch TV, and we were like, tell him we've been working on this for 3 hours.
This is our life.
But we made it.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. You had to beat the final level of Halo 3 with the Iron Skull on Legendary. The Iron Skull makes it so that if one person dies, everyone goes the whole lobby goes back to the
Pelicans
last
coming in.
checkpoint.
Oh, jeez.
And I think you had another. I think you had a couple other skulls on. I might just be over remembering it as being more difficult, but I think there was one skull that made your enemies more fortified, or one skull that made your weapons have less ammo. Like on rockets was one or the other, but it was hard. We did it.
Yeah.
With me, Cordless Car, Robo Roberto, and Chan Fighter, and someone named Suicidal Splash. Chan Fighter was also there. The in-game name. I wish they had those kind of challenges in Destiny. I mean, the Grandmasters are kind of... Yeah. Have you ever done a Grandmaster?
I have not yet.
See, I'd love to take you on a Master Raid,
Yeah.
but the dumb thing about Master Raids is that the Master level, the Grandmaster difficulty stuff in Destiny is influenced by your light level after the soft cap, which is where you just have to grind pinnacles and level up your XP, which is annoying because that's not actually adding difficulty to the fundamentals of the game. It's just making the content unaccessible to people who didn't grind that long or didn't pay for a level boost.
Right.
Which I'm fundamentally aghast. But I like the majority of Destiny, so it's fine. Grunt Birthday Skull. Yeah, I would turn that on if I hadn't already started the run. It's where if you get a headshot on a grunt, it goes, yay! And there's confetti everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah. It's in all the subsequent Halos. It was in Halo 2, I think, but it caused them to just blow up in a plasma explosion. Okay, I could do this whole encounter as Bungie intended, or
Just drive away.
this. And all I have to do is hopefully not be shot by a tank. Which, it's normal difficulty, so I don't think their aiming is good enough.
Open her up.
Yeah, baby! You like all this cartoon violence?
It's okay, the blood is blue, so I'm just turn over.
Oh yeah. Now they've just taken out blood altogether in Halo. So they want to have that T rating.
That's nice.
Yeah. Ah! I was really let down that they didn't bring the Spiker back for Halo Infinite, but the Mangler's cool. Familiar with that? It's like a accuracy pistol.
Yeah, yeah.
That's level 3, baby!
Commander. What about the Ark?
Fully uncovered,
Okay, so
sir.
technically that's level 4 because the opening cutscene counts as a level.
Okay.
There's and the ending cutscene counts as a level. So there's 9 levels you play, but there's 11.
Drive our enemies to the grave they've been so happily digging.
Wonder if that was
One final effort is all that remains.